Okay, this data represents all the deaths that happened in 2016. It shows what caused the deaths, and like heart disease, it shows was the highest cause of death in 2016, and then stroke, then lung disease and lung cancer, Alzheimer's, and it goes all the way down to falls and suicide and leukemia, all this stuff, and it shows the deaths. And this is the category of variable and the quantitative variables over here, and I have different categories for each one. I have males, females, and then all of them combined, and then the 75 plus causes of deaths there. So first I'm going to start with the females, and this is the bar graph I have. As you can see, heart disease really high, and then lung disease, and it goes down because I sorted them from greatest to lowest. And if you look over here, we got I got the mean standard deviation of the data, and this is of the first 50 points, and the minimum quartile 1, which is just above the 25%, the median quartile 3, which is just above 75%, and then the maximum. Okay, and then here's the range, which is just the max minus the minimum, and then I have the interquartile range over here, which is just these should be switched, but I did it like this because I graded them from greatest to lowest. That's why the graphs kind of goes in that way too. But if you really were picky, you could switch these. But my interquartile range, I minus Q1 minus Q3 since I have them reversed, and I got this. And here are my outliers. Obviously, well, I'll start over here. My max outlier I can have, anything above this number is an outlier. I got that one by taking, what was it I took? And then here's my minimum outlier. And I took my quartile 1, I added on 1.5 times my interquartile range, and that gets my maximum outlier, and then I minus 1.5 times my interquartile range minus this number, Q3, and that gave me my minimum outlier. Obviously, we don't have any minimum outliers because it's in the negative, but maximum outliers I actually had 5 because all these are over 47,564. So those are my outliers there. And then if you go down, I made a scatter plot and a little trend line that shows a negative result. You can't really calculate the correlation because it's a categorical variable and a quantitative, but I think all these have to do with causation because obviously heart disease has a big effect on people dying, and then lung disease, so it all has huge effects one way or the other. And then you can see the negative trend because I ordered from greatest to lowest, and here's the equation to that line. I chose this data because I was kind of curious of what actually kills people the most. Maybe there's a way I could be more safer in a certain thing, but a lot of these are hard to prevent for the most part, and they don't really know a whole lot about each one of the causes, at least to my knowledge. And then if we keep going down, the lurking variables here is obviously if we go down here to the 75 plus and all that, age has a lot to do with what kills people. Obviously, if we live forever, falls and leukemia or different things would kill us off, but age has a lot to do with how we actually die, because most people die when they're in their older age. Also, what was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, I have and this represents right here my 5 number summary. That's what this is. And then I'll show you my box charts. As you can see right here, the deaths for females, I made a box chart. And these are the outliers, the stars out here, the 5 stars. This is the median. And then this represents the minimum, maximum. This is the 3rd quartile and the 1st quartile on the edge of the box. And then in the middle is the median. And as you can see, I did it for each one. The median, 1st quartile, 3rd quartile, outliers, and then minimum, maximum. That's for males. And then I did the same thing for all. And the same thing for 75 plus. So, what I learned from this was the leading cause of deaths, and I realized that you probably shouldn't smoke because lung disease, lung cancer, and the 2nd and 3rd are the 3rd and 4th most likely to kill you. So I would stay away from that. But a stroke and heart disease, I'm not really sure what causes those, but that is a big deal too. And then if you... Alright, yep, and that's about it. Thank you very much.